My name is Wakiri Sana, and I'm calling from Decatur, Georgia.
Okay, so caller? What's your? I'm gonna tell everybody up front. This is my mama.
Oh,
So
that's
what
you,
is your question or comment? I'm
Noah?
not even gonna pretend that that's my mama.
Okay.
And I love the fact that my mom and my dad and my grandparents, they all watch the show too. So hey mom, what's your question or comment?
My comment is that when you talk about leveraging and how can we go forward, and you talk a lot on your show about local organization and or local
Uh-huh.
organizing. One of the things that I think that we can really do to help is to invest in already existing organizations, such as the black banks. You see the big thing that happened with the black banks when people were, went and and invested their money in black banks. The same thing is I think for other institutions that we have, as well as building institutions, but support the ones that do exist. There are lots and lots of organizations out there that are doing things to help our people, to alleviate a lot of the oppression and a lot of the problems that we have. From community patrolling, with police, organized actions to help us. So, you came to my school today, Q4 Quilombo.
I did come to your school today. It was fabulous. The kids did a wonderful
Yes,
chant and first thing in the
thank
morning. I mean, you
you.
guys have rituals. You have just so much that
Hmm.
uplifts the kids and drives them to motivate
Yes,
and be.
yes, and
Colombo
they're learning
Academic and Cultural Institution is
that's
a
right. You could tell they felt
independent
very
African
good
centered
about themselves,
school
didn't
here
they?
in the Atlanta
Hmm.
metro area.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I was saying, yeah, it was a great experience this morning, mom. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and there's other institutions, not just Kimamba, but there are other institutions that are accredited. We all state standards. We have won different awards, throughout the city, science fairs, things of that nature. So we're rigorous, but the thing that makes us stand out is that we're culturally relevant. You have to teach
Right.
children through the world through their own eyes, and that makes a big difference. They're taking African and African American history out of the schools, So what does that do for
Right.
our children? They don't see themselves in the curriculum and the things that they're learning. So anyway, I just want to say that, I really appreciate what you are doing on your show and Benjamin Dixon Show. You're very grassroots. I love what you do. And I love you.
Well, she has to say that because she's my mama, but she wouldn't have called in if she didn't believe it. So I appreciate you, mom. Thank you.
You're welcome, baby. I love you.
Love you too, mommy.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. So that was my mom, and I'll share the information because my parents drop knowledge all the time. Like I've said before, I grew up in a very radical, black conscious, movement oriented household. I kind of like rejected it a little bit because I got really tired of us living like paupers as kids because my parents were so busy out there trying to save the community and organize the block. But as I've gotten older, definitely it has drawn me back in. Um, but going to the point my mom was making and tying it into as we look at what the past 2 years since Michael Brown's killing and what really I think awakened the consciousness of so many. Not that people haven't already been active and involved in these issues. I remember protests. I remember people organizing when I was in college in Ohio. When there were all the shootings in the over the Rhine area in Cincinnati. We had a couple of incidences in Columbus as well, like in the early 2000s. But I really feel like it's just a synergy, right? David Cobb talked about it last week. David Cobb moved to a Men in the Green Party, talked about it when he was on the show last week. Like, I mean, and several people have said this too, right? I believe Dr. Goddess, if you ever follow Dr. Goddess on Twitter, she's really awesome. I think she has maybe tweeted or said something similar. We're in a movement moment, right? And there's a synergy right now, and it's just coalescing. And it's different movements. We got climate change action going on. People who are against fracking. We have the Wall Street reformers and have Black Lives Matter, which kind of encompasses all of that. We have so much going on right now, and we can't just wait until the right time to advocate for change. We can't just sit in our hands and play nice because the Republicans are evil and Donald Trump is the devil. Like, we can't do that. We can't delay progress. We can't delay opportunity. We cannot delay, action from our communities, from our people, because, oh my God, this boogeyman, which is completely the establishment's creation of their own. You don't like Donald Trump? Stop putting him on TV for free. Donald Trump has spent no money. And see, I don't even like talking about Donald Trump, but he has spent no damn money on advertising. Why? Because everybody and their mama, from the so-called liberal media to the conservative media, covers him for free. All of his antics, nonstop. He gets more airtime than their own candidate. Why does that make any sense? At all. And do you know what people tell me? Like when I talk to people who support him, there are people, they believe the media just makes it up. Because you know how people distorted stuff about Bernie or that he didn't get coverage or whatever, or they tried to sandbag him? People believe that that's what they do to Donald Trump. They believe they take things that he says out of context. So this is backfiring.